Do I want to what?
You a crepe? You want some crepe? I do that with the eyebrows. Does it make it less creepy?
No, but it's great.
Instant stage fright.
That's true.
Let's crepe.
Yeah. I never liked crepes, but my father-in-law would make crepes all the time, and because I wanted to impress him, so he'd let me date his daughter, I had to eat crepes, and they're great.
What a sacrifice.
Just
Oh no! I guess I'm gonna have to eat crepes.
You're gonna make a crepe, and then we're gonna eat said crepe.
Great.
And then it's gonna be
Crepe?
really. It's gonna be crepe.
She's successfully laid
Oh
the
my
batter.
god.
Spilling it on the stove.
Here she comes.
Oh
now,
my god. Everyone is watching
this
me.
is the moment.
Oh, excellent form.
She's swirling the pan, swirling the pan.
Swirling.
Very good. Some of it's
Swirling.
begun to cook before the rest is in the pan. She might lose some points for that.
Excellent coverage.
I'm gonna ladle you.
Not quite a perfect circle. She's got some wonky shapes at the top. I'm not sure what the judges will think about this. Will it be enough to unseat
What do the
Charlotte?
judges say?
Looks good. If it's edible, I like it.
Looks good. It looks good,
I
say
like
the judges.
that kid.
It's an historical moment for Alana, the Ontarian, coming in from out of province, really giving a show here. Bit of a stumble on the mislabeling, but the judges don't mind.
She does have the absolute critical moment of the flip. Oh, she's reaching in from behind.
She's got it.
That's always a bit awkward.
There it is.
Oh, it's good.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful color.
Hey!
A perfect crepe. She's pulled it out against all odds.
No, we didn't get that one. You have to do it again.
Alright, ready? No. It was so good the first time, I swear. I can't do it again.
what first time you're
stuck.
talking about it. Man. This is your first.
This is
attempt
your
at
first-
flipping the crib.
Yeah.
Guys who can kind of make anything. And I was watching people building guitars, and I thought that looks like something we could actually achieve have here in the basement.
I might need to play second rhythm on this one. If that's okay.
Hold on to whatever you find, baby. I don't trust myself with loving you. Take it, Charlie. Whatever you find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you.
21st, 1749, the day Halifax was founded.
So they founded Halifax and some guy died all on the same day.
Harold, we just got here. All right. I guess this hill.
Like your general rule of graphic design is that like the most important information should be biggest, right? Erected. See, these ones at least, they say sacred. Real big. That at least feels nicer.
Trust myself with loving you. I won't trust myself with loving you. I won't trust myself with loving you.
Oh, sick, Charlie. So we went and got ice cream, and there was
Everything's fine. I thought I was stepping in shit, but it was just a crushed cup from a million years ago. Okay. You were saying?
I'm so glad I was filming for that. So we just got ice cream, and there was this group of youths. It was a mixture of these like guys and girls, and the guy's like, "Hey, are you gonna get ice cream?" And she's like, "No, I don't have my like lactose pills." And he's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, I'm lactose intolerant, and I don't have my lactose pills." And he's like, "That's not a real thing." And she's like, "Yeah, it is a real thing." And he goes, just like it's like there's like a silence, and he just looks at her and he goes, "You know, you're not as cool as you think you are."
Oh my God.
we're on our way to the final show of the tour.
We sure are.
This is the last time. We packed up our gear last night after Good Robot, and it was the last time for like our big full complicated setup, because today's just like acoustic stuff.
Just a couple of guitars.
Just a couple of guitars and a pedal, and that's it. So it's our shortest show, it's our last show, and it's the least gear that we need for a show. Look at how empty the car is.
Oh my gosh.
The car is never that empty.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
We sat there in the dark. We don't know what we're doing. I had a broken heart and you falling apart. So when you said you cared about the things that happened, I kissed you right in the heart.
Outfit? Show the tour? I have no idea where dating
When
is.
we go from here,
No sense of where dating is.
when we go from here, where do we go from here? Well, I don't know. But I love you so.
Getting something, I'm gonna get a boat, an engine.
I wish I would have stopped out of school for both those things.
I'm gonna get a boat, an engine, and I'm gonna start a fishing company. I'm gonna take
You
people.
tried to scare me off. You said I think I love you, and I said love is enough. We sat there in the dark.
Oh, am I coming?
No, get hey, Tim, will you take a photo for us?
Yo, we did it.
We did it.
We did it. We are walking to the car. I
is
am
gonna be
about
really
to
nice
fall over.
footage.
Isn't it?
This is precarious stuff coming up. Let's walk from the car.
Ye of little walking faith.
Yeah, what, okay, this way, I think? No?
Hello.
Hello.
Last show of the tour. Done. In the
Donzos.
books.
Done. Complete. Finito.
There were a lot of people looking at and listening to us.
Very intently.
Yes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Geez, what's going to be my low for the day?
It was a pretty solid day.
My low was finding parking. When we got to when we got to the venue, Jesus Lord.
I'm so sorry. I covered my mouth.
It came from the depths.
I don't know what to tell you. I save them up for when we're sitting together. I don't burp by myself. Only in your presence.
Anyway, the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I dropped Burpee Magoo over here at the
That's my
at the
name.
Carlton,
Yeah.
and which is like quite downtown Halifax. And then I had to find a place to park. There's nowhere to park. So I was following signs, like parking signs, and there was like a big parking complex. And I drove just past where the entrance was, and it's a one-way street. And I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go all the fucking way around again. And then there was like 2 exits, so I just like cranked it and I drove over the curb and to get into the thing. And that was probably my low for the day. I was just like, at the moment when I realized I'd driven just past it, and I was like, I can't fucking go around again. Yeah, and that was my low, just like mounting anxiety driving around looking for a place to park. Like, oh, I'm late.
Just in that like horrible period of time before the show, when everything that happens to you is so much worse than it would normally be. Anything going wrong in that time is like
Much worse than it actually is.
so bad. Yeah. My low is that I did not bring any merch to the fucking Danny Michelle show, and that he stood up on the stage at the end of the thing and shouted me out, and he's like, hey, do you have any merch? And I had to be like, no. I guarantee you I could have sold vinyl
Yeah.
tonight, and I didn't have them there.
My high was you know, it was obviously playing that show in front of those people and having people listen. That was really awesome. It was also like chatting with Danny Michel before and after the show, who is incredibly kind and lovely and
Yeah, we just got to hang out with him. in the green
wonderful.
room for a
It was a
while.
real. One of his songs, Feather, Fur, and Fin, was like heavily in my rotation in high school. I listened to it all the time. I knew all the words to it. So like meeting him and seeing him play it, and you know, having him look at it and speak to me was a pretty cool experience.
He did, in fact, both look at and
did.
speak to you.
He did,
He
and
also
he
gave
hugged
you
me.
a hug.
And we did like the can together. It's a picture. We'll put it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have a secondary high for the day, just because sometimes wonderful things all happen in the same day. Breakfast this morning with Charlie and Em and their son was so fun and wonderful. And I remember sitting there, and we were just chatting and laughing and having a great time. And I remember just sitting there being like, oh man, it's so good to be here with these folks. That's another high from today. Big
good,
time.
Good highs. I have a very specific high and then like a general high, I think. My favorite very specific moment, and my favorite moment in general, is there's a feeling when you know that you have everyone's attention when you're like playing on stage. You can feel it. And I had it during Loved You First. I could let it be silent and kind of like play it out, because you could feel that they were all with you in that moment. And I think that's one of my favorite things about playing live, is those moments where it feels like everyone is holding their breath, like collectively. And that happened tonight. It was really great. And then my general high was just like the whole show, like the whole surroundings. I loved having an audio person today. Like we haven't played any shows with like an audio tech, so it was nice to like show up. There's a guy there who's really good at his job, who we were able to sound check and get set up, and then he just looked after everything and we did not have to think about it, and that is such a huge weight off of my mind. And so like having the green room, getting to chat with and hang out with Danny Michel, who really liked my voice, and that means a lot, so thank you. Just being in that space, I think it was very good.
Yeah, playing in a legit venue, a packed room, everybody silent, watching, listening, and it sounds great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was just like
It was a good day.
so solid. If I could go on about my highs for the day, I would. There were a lot of highs.
Unfortunately, the law prevents it. So you'll have to shut the fuck up now.
Just got so aggressive.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.